Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your old pal, Mr. Butter, coming back at you again. Today, I want to take a look at a silhouette I have never owned before. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's take a look at these Jordan 10s in the Shadow colorway. And today, I am rocking the reimagined UNC Jordan 1s. This is just one of many sleepers from this year. Let me know what you all think about this pair. What is happening, everybody? It is wonderful to be back here with y'all again. It seems like I got a break in the bad weather, so I'm going to hurry up and try to put this review together for y'all. I have never owned a Jordan 10 until this colorway. We saw the Steel 10s release earlier this year, and I went for those a lot. Struck out everywhere. And just like I did for that pair, I went for this colorway a whole lot too. I just really wanted to have an OG colorway of a 10 in my collection, since it's not a silhouette that I've ever owned before. Jordan 10 actually came out right along the same time whenever Jordan returned to basketball. So after his first three-peat, whenever he stepped away from playing basketball and he tried his hand in minor league baseball, right after that period, whenever he came back to the NBA, that's whenever we saw these release, and I think that was in 1994, but I don't think this colorway of the Jordan 10 was released until 1995. I might be wrong about that, but I don't think these came out right whenever the 10 silhouette was released. But either way, I was really glad to hit these for retail. I got this pair off of the SNKRS app. I think they were $215 US, and I just wish the Jordan brand would have made more of these, because honestly, I wouldn't mind having that steel gray colorway in my collection as well. I don't know if this is the original box that it came in. I don't think that it was. It's got the Wings logo in the center. It says Air Jordan 1985 to 2025, so it kind of commemorates the 40-year anniversary. And then we've got a whole lot of different pictures of the Jordan silhouettes, and just also Jordan archive pictures, which I think is a pretty cool touch. The tag reads Air Jordan 10 Retro. The colors are charred gray, true red, and black. I went with my true to size 10 in this pair. And enough of my yapping and all that box talk.
Nice to meet you.
When I first took these out of the box, I really do have to admit, I was kind of blown away, and I mean that in the best of ways. I did not expect to like these shoes near as much as I do, but they're just so clean looking. And these colors, I've always been a fan of the Shadow colorway. I guess we first saw it on the Jordan 1, but just what's not to love about the black combined with that earthy looking gray color? And on top of that, the materials that they gave us are just very, very nice. I'm a huge fan immediately of the Jordan 10 silhouette. I really love the way that red pops when we see that Jumpman on the heels of these shoes. And to me, this checkered sock liner is just the icing on the cake. I did not expect to like this gray nubuck material as much as what I do, and I think with those tumbled leather overlays that we see down near the base of the shoe on top of it, I just love the texture that it adds, and I think these things have a very premium and just kind of stealthy look to them. Even these outsoles are really cool looking, and for the majority, it's all just a black rubber color. But at the bottom, it starts with his rookie year in 1985, and as it goes up, it lists a bunch of his accomplishments up until the time that these shoes were released in 1994. Once again, I just love the way that bright red Jumpman pops against that dark background. The lines from the tread pattern kind of carry up to the side, and we can see it at the base of the midsole area. And then that meets a black foam which wraps around most of the shoe. Just up from that, we have this black tumbled leather, and it's kind of in like a wavy shape. I think that looks really cool, but it probably just adds some structure to the side of the shoe as well. And without a doubt, my favorite thing about this pair is just this nubuck that we have for this gray upper. and I am a big fan of this material. I heard a lot of people say that they weren't impressed with it, and it's not the best material I've ever felt, but it definitely is quality, and you get a lot of back and forth motion on it. I don't know if you can pick that up on the camera. I really never know until I watch it again, but just take my word for it. This is a really decent feeling material, and you get a lot of back and forth motion on it, which I always like seeing. Once again, we do have that bright red Jumpman embroidered on the heel, and they do mirror each other. I've heard people get into debates about which way they like more, whether they're facing the same way or if they're kind of facing each other. It really doesn't matter to me, but I think it looks just fine either way, really. And just up from that Jumpman, we have like a canvas loop to help you put them on. We see more of that tumbled black leather up here near the eye stays, and then we see canvas loops coming up, which kind of makes our lacing system similar to what we see on an 11. Then at the base of the tongue, it's a breathable mesh. I think they call it ballistic mesh, but it's just in a black color. Then at the top of the tongue, we have our Air Jordan branding pressed in, and I think that's very clean looking. Up by the collar, we see more of that black tumbled leather, and I think it looks so cool when it meets up with this checkerboard kind of sock liner in gray and black. I've heard people say this wasn't like the original. I'm not sure what they mean by that, but I just know I love this checkerboard design. Our insole is red, and it's got some black Nike Air branding down on it. That was a quick look at these Jordan 10s in the Shadow colorway. I am out of waterproofer, so I am not going to throw these on just yet, but I am very glad to have these in the collection. I would recommend to anyone, before you wear these, hit these with Crep or whatever brand you use. I just don't want to ruin these already before I decide to take them off ice and wear them out into public, but I think they are a beautiful shoe, and I am really glad to have these in the collection. I think they'll go with just about anything, and I think they'll be perfect for this time of year. But let me know what you all think about these. I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday with your loved ones, and I am very grateful for all of you tuning in and supporting the channel. There is much more to come, so stay tuned. I'm out.